So I stumbled into this video game store that I knew nothing about, and boy did they have so much when it came to different cards, different Pokemon, and just so much going on. This is actually called Tournament City Games. It's in Frederick, Maryland, inside of a mall, so if you're ever nearby, you have to check it out, because I scored some crazy stuff. Let's go ahead and check this out. So I don't really know what these are, but I'm curious like how well these Pokemon guides have actually aged, because in here it talks about all these Japanese gym leaders, and then this one is like the ultimate strategy guide for all of these different, it said news and price guide monthly, and it even talks about like winning decks. So I bet some of these classics are all of the more expensive cards in here. Of course we have these first editions on the front here, but these are just really neat throwbacks to kind of see what was going on at the particular times of all of these. Like you have all the Neo cards, and then this one right here, Beat Gold and Silver with our Ultimate Strategy Guide. And then this one right here is this Beckett collection. So I'm definitely curious to see some of these classic prices and how they have aged over time and kind of see where it is today. So right away, this store actually focuses a lot on different cards. They have tournaments going all the time, and they have tons of Pokemon. So I feel like if you're out there looking for different cards, you have to check out this place, because I stumbled into a super nostalgic dive, and this was so crazy because I just saw all these different magazines and literally just advertising about these like Pokemon vehicles, the different card values, the Game Boy printers. Like these are just such a throwback right here, and I thought that this was so cool. So I had to pick up one of these magazines, and just looking up the different prices and then having the different posters and everything in here, it's just so cool, because I remember going in the stores back in the day. I remember getting these card packs, and I just absolutely loved it. So this was definitely a little trip down memory lane. And that's not all, because I found tons of games that I didn't even know about. Like this one right here. This was Quantum Fighter for the Nintendo Entertainment System. And this had a really great price. But this one right here, I'm going for the full Nintendo set, so I had to score it. This is Kabuki Quantum Fighter. So it's like a side-scrolling action platformer, and your hair is your main attack. So I thought that that was really cool. So pretty much like the backstory is something about like a computer virus that has infected, you know, the Earth. So you're going through and you have these different boss fights. They're kind of like one-on-one, but the bosses jump all around, so it's definitely odd. But this is an overlooked game, so I'm definitely excited to dive into it a little bit more. And I can't wait to explore this. It looks like a really fun time, and it's one that I knew nothing about, so that's always a bonus. And then of course, onto this really clean copy, we have Battle Chess. Now this is one that looks way more intriguing than it actually is. So pretty much, it's like chess, but these chess pieces come to life. It's very slow with their movements, and the chess combat scenes, you know, these like battle sequences, they're also pretty slow too. So if you do like chess, I could see how this could be like a little bit of like a spin on it. But this is one that I probably just won't play much of. But I had to have it for the set, and just for a few dollars. Like this place had really great prices. And I even looked at some of their cards and stuff too. There were tons of people in the store buying this stuff. There were tournaments going on. They just had so much going on, and it was really cool like discovering so much in this particular store. Now, of course, I had to pick up some GameCube games. This one is World Tour, and it looks pretty crazy. Now, I probably would have played this back in the day because I love those Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. And this is like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, but it's with these scooters. So this one just has like this like edgy atmosphere and like stuff going on. But it is pretty much like Tony Hawk on a scooter, kind of like a bargain. but it does have some different tricks. It's more of like this edgy gameplay. It says adventure, asphalt, attitude. So it has this huge trick list with over 80 tricks, endless combinations, ground, lip, rail, freestyle, air, and sick tricks. So you have these 8 massive levels from a gothic castle to a hovering city in the sky. Kind of like very similar gameplay as well. So this is definitely pretty fun. Looks like it has some great music tracks as well, from hip hop to punk to electronica. So it says grab a friend, head to head. So this one actually looks like a fun time, so I'll have to check it out and kind of see how it is. And then of course you can't go wrong with this Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So I feel like these games were definitely a hit back in the day because we were all immersed in the Harry Potter world. And I feel like it says, dare to return to Hogwarts. So pretty much you're kind of like going around. You're just kind of just free play in this game. You're just freely exploring Hogwarts. The music is great. You have this like day versus night. So you have to kind of like go through and just see what mysteries lie ahead. You have these different spells during the day, you know, Quidditch. And it's just a really fun one as you're playing. So definitely a great title, especially if you're super nostalgic for Harry Potter, or if this is one that you have played back in the day. I want to know in the comments down below. Now this one was also a great score. For some reason I keep thinking that I already have this game. This is PTO, Pacific Theater of Operations. This one just has so much going on, and I feel like you have to really devote your time to play this game. It has a very slow pace, but there's tons to do. You have to really sink your time into this game to advance and kind of like go through. You have to use that strategy and just be super strategic as you're kind of advancing through this. But this one is a really fun one, and I feel like back in the day, maybe a lot of your parents would have played this game, or it would have been something that maybe was a little bit too advanced for us to play. So this one, I'll have to check out one day. There are a ton of these games that I have to check out at some point, but I just don't know that I have the crazy amount of time that you have to devote into this, especially to kind of get it up and going. So overall, Tournament City Games was definitely a fun time, and I'll have to stop back in because they had some like weird oddities and just crazy stuff, especially behind the counter. Just some rare Nintendo 64 stuff, rare Super Nintendo. They really just had it all, and it was really cool seeing all of the cool stuff that they had in reference to different Pokemon and the cards, and just so much when it came to literally all of the card games. So if you're ever in the area, you have to check it out, and I want to know, what would you have picked up at this store? So of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out all of my other videos and stay tuned for more.